Thursday morning to you. I'm Shayla Reeves. This is CBSN Minnesota's Morning Update. Grab that coffee. Let's get you up to speed on all of your news and weather. When you walk out the door today, you may want to make sure you have that jacket in hand. This morning, we're going to be looking at 46 degrees for our temperature at come the noon hour, and it's a little bit chillier than that as you head out the door. By 4 p.m., it's going to inch up to 49 degrees. By 8 p.m., we're going to be looking at 42. Little peaks of sunshine throughout the afternoon, but of course, make sure you bundle up if you're going to be outside for a while. Now let's talk about this. Royal Caribbean is offering what it calls the ultimate cruise around the world. It's 274 nights. You'll visit 65 countries, 11 wonders of the world, and all 7 continents. The ship will set sail in December of 2023. Tickets start at a cool $61,000 a person. So say money wasn't an option. Would you spend 9 months on a boat cruising around the world? Where would you like to go? Those watching on Facebook, leave a comment here and we'll read through a few of those in just a moment. 4 years after shooting and killing an innocent woman, a former Minneapolis officer could walk free today. Mohammed Noor was convicted of third-degree murder and manslaughter for the killing of Justine Ruszczyk-Damond and sentenced to 12 years. But last month, the Supreme Court reversed the murder conviction, which means he has to be resentenced under new guidelines for only a second-degree manslaughter conviction. That comes with a 4-year sentence. He's already served 2 years of it. Justine Ruszczyk-Damond called 911 in July of 2017 after hearing what she thought was an assault outside her South Minneapolis home. Officer Mohammed Noor and his partner responded. He testified he was startled by a bang sound on his squad car, then shot Ruszczyk as she approached the door. We spoke to Joe Tamburino, an attorney not affiliated with this case, who spoke about the guidelines of this new sentencing.
There's really not much of a difference between what he's facing between 41 months and 57 months. That's the guideline sentence. The judge could do anything in between that. And we don't know if he's going to remain at Oak Park Heights for whatever term is left of his sentence, which could be up to another 8 months.
Watch for breaking updates on this case this morning on CBSN Minnesota. Stream our coverage with our app by visiting WCCO.com on any of your favorite devices. With nearly 30 shootings last week, Minneapolis suffered one of its most violent weeks in city history. At the same time, the police force is down more than 250 officers since last year. Only on WCCO, our Reg Chapman spent an evening patrol shift with a sergeant who is focused on the north side. For 10 to 12 hours a day, Andrew Schroeder works the area as part of the Special Gun Investigation Unit. The high number of calls for help center around guns and what police say are two of the most active gangs driving violence, the highs and the lows. Crime fighting has changed for Minneapolis police now that people are altering guns to make them fire automatically.
Before it used to be bang, 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 and now it's brrr, and we've had homicides because of it, multiple shootings because of it.
On this night, 4 officers were out with COVID, meaning only 2 squads patrol the north side. Normally it's 10. A lack of officers forces Sergeant Schroeder to respond, search for evidence, and investigate.
It's a clear one, so you can actually see the bullets. Wow. So in this one, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. 14 are in there, and it looks like it's about half full, so probably a 30-rounder.
During our ride-along, the sergeant responded to more than 20 calls, including 3 shootings and a stabbing. Officers say they're doing their best considering staffing levels, but say this is unsustainable for police in the community. A potential roadblock for a controversial mine in northern Minnesota expected to create jobs. The Biden administration ordered a study which could lead to a 20-year ban on mining upstream from the Boundary Waters Canoe area. It puts the future of the proposed Twin Metals copper-nickel mine in question. Environmentalists are calling it a big win.
So what the Biden administration has done at the federal level is an important first step to protecting the boundary waters, an important step. Well, it's still in the courts right now, but it sets the stage for stopping Twin Metals as well.
A final decision on the mineral withdrawal study could take a couple of years, but Twin Metals already has federal mineral leases renewed by the Trump administration after the Obama administration canceled them. In a joint statement, senators from northern Minnesota say, quote, shutting down the process completely is short-sighted and costly to the American worker. It forces the U.S. to rely on foreign sources of metal mined by cheap labor, performed oftentimes by 12-year-old children. Rain kept farmers out of the fields for a bit, but overall this year, the harvest of corn and soybeans has gone pretty well in Minnesota. The USDA says more than 90% of soybeans and about 65% of corn has been harvested. And after a dry year, the yields are turning out better than anticipated. That's thanks to late summer and early fall rains, plus modern genetics when it comes to corn and soybean seeds. Not every part of the state is seeing good yields, especially northern Minnesota, where the drought took its toll. But parts of the state are seeing some yields that are above the national average.
I would say we're pleasantly surprised, very fortunate with the way yields turned out, considering how it started and how we felt it might end up. It's been much better than we thought.
We expect that both crops by the end of October or by Halloween will be fairly well harvested across the state of Minnesota.
Dave Nicolay of the University of Minnesota Extension says farmers would like some frost right now to even out their soybeans so they can finish harvesting them. He says a better than expected harvest could help provide some stability when it comes to food prices. New numbers from Minnesota's health commissioner show why they feel it's so important to get vaccinated.
If you are not fully vaccinated, you are 15 times more likely to be hospitalized than those who are fully vaccinated. And those not fully vaccinated are 30 times more likely to die as a result of COVID-19.
Another 32 people in Minnesota died from the coronavirus, and case numbers remain very high. The state announced new rapid testing sites to respond to growing demand. The National Guard is helping to open sites in Crookston, Hutchinson, and Stillwater. More sites will launch next week in Inver Grove Heights, Wadena, Hibbing, and Albert Lee. Those are in addition to many existing community testing locations. During the COVID pandemic, restaurants have had to get creative to stay in business and stay socially distant. East Coast Donair in New Brunswick, Canada is delivering meals using remote-controlled monster trucks. The food truck got the idea from a worker who owns a remote-controlled car. They hitched a trailer to the back of the toy in order to deliver orders from the truck to waiting patrons. East Coast Donair says their unique version of contactless delivery is a big hit with the customers, especially the young ones. Your next mobile phone may not have a touch screen or any apps, but it will have wheels. Remember this, Fisher-Price is bringing back its toy Rotary Phone, but this version actually works. It connects to your smartphone through Bluetooth, letting you make and receive real calls. Minnesota's own Best Buy will sell the Rotary Phone for about $60. Back to today's talker, 274 days or a 9-month cruise around the world. Would you do it? Let's see what you're saying on social media there. So Sherry says a little bit too long for her. She's going to pass on that. And we're also hearing from Maggie. I've always wanted to travel the world. I love learning about new cultures and living through new experiences. And you get a lot of them with that trip. And Pam here. I would probably be seasick on a cruise. It would be fun to see the world, though. Yes, it would. If you have all that time for it, why not? Cindy says, I would love to visit Europe and the UK. And last but not least, Melody says, Titanic was too traumatizing for me. I'd go only if we hugged the coastline. There you have it. That's your morning update from CBSN Minnesota, your only local streaming news source. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here at the same time tomorrow.